You're in a wreck, bam. 6 weeks later, bam, you're in another wreck. This happens all the time, okay? I would like to say as a personal injury lawyer that it's pretty rare. It's not. You know, they say bad luck comes in threes. A lot of times it does, okay? You're in a wreck, you're getting better, you're in a second wreck, and your treatment seems to start all over. Now I get asked, what does that do to my case or cases? I can tell you it makes them harder, it makes them more complicated. The key is gonna be, when did that second accident happen? And what do those medical records show? If it clearly is documented what happened after the second wreck and where your pain went to, things are a lot easier. What's harder is when your pain is high, you get into another wreck, your pain goes up 1 or 2, a little bit on a scale of 1 to 10, and it's there, and then you end up getting an MRI, okay? Then it's gonna be difficult to show that injury, and whatever that MRI shows, was it from first wreck or second wreck? It impacts your cases, it makes them harder, because insurance company 1 is gonna blame insurance company 2, insurance company 2 is gonna blame insurance company 1, right? Everything is harder, we have to fight harder on everything. It falls down though to that documentation. How clear were you when you were talking to that doctor about the change in your circumstances after the second wreck? And how clear was that doctor in writing it down in your notes about that change in your pain and your treatment plan after that second wreck? That's the key. That's what we've got to have to fight that fight. Now, some people ask me, hey, I want to get a different lawyer for my second case. Or they come to me and they want me to be the lawyer in the second case and not the first case. That's tough. Can you be represented by different lawyers? You can. I think it makes things harder. They've got to talk to each other. They got to know about it, okay? The idea that you're going to be able to settle one case, keep it secret from the insurance company on case number 2, just doesn't work in today's world, okay? They share all this information. They know everything about every wreck you've ever been in. Trust me. Clients ask me, does it ruin my first case? No, it makes it harder, okay? It's going to depend on how clear you were on the change in your circumstance after that second wreck, how clear your doctor was in writing that notes, and how we're able to compare those two. Last note before the wreck, the second wreck, first note after the second wreck, and what your treatment had been prior to that, and where you were at, and also the severity of those collisions. All right, if the second case, you know, is a minor fender bender with hardly any damage at all, shouldn't impact case number 1 very much. If second case was terrible and a rollover, it's going to be pretty hard, right? So we're just going to have to know all those details. You can't give a generic answer, and it makes it more likely insurance companies are going to blame each other. Sometimes I take these cases and I just send the full demand of both and say, hey, my client was super hurt. I expect you guys to pay. That happens, especially when like accident 1 happens and then a week later accident 2 happens. How am I supposed to separate those two? Nobody can. And we send it both of them and negotiate with them both. Now, hopefully that answer the question is, does a second wreck ruin my first case? And the answer is no, it just makes it a whole lot harder, okay? Now, if you found this information helpful, click like and subscribe to stay informed of other videos we release or to watch some of our fun content, right? And remember, if you're in a wreck and you're in pain, call Shane.
In pain, so I call Shane. 980-999-9999. In pain, call Shane.